Ambition in the UK, in Britain, is like a disease. Those who don't have it look at people driving by in Lamborghinis and Aston Martins with envy, and those who do have it, ambition being a synonym for wealth in this context, know that it corrupts. It corrupts because ambition is not free, it is regulated, it is attacked, and we are made to feel bad and guilty for being rich, wealthy and prosperous. From people walking down Covent Garden streets being attacked by gangs for their Rolex, to people's cars being robbed right in front of them GTA style, the streets of the UK, of England, of Wales, of Scotland, of Northern Ireland are not a safe place to exist, to be honest. Then you are hit with a 25% corporation tax bill, 45% personal taxes in income tax, and it gets to the point where the government feels like it is the real gang. I feel safer walking around Peckham with my Rolex than walking through customs arriving into the country without having declared a few of my nice watches. That's all I'll say. Well, maybe that was a distasteful joke, but it feels that way sometimes. I guess the issue is that being ambitious in Britain feels like an absolute insult to anyone who lives a typical life. It's this British disease, this feeling of victimhood, that everything is someone else's fault. Why should the person next to me aspire for more if I can barely afford to survive? It's not even jealousy, it's cultural suppression of intent to work hard and stand out. A quote that I heard fairly recently that I really liked was, "Don't trade the economy, trade the culture." I don't know who said that quote, I completely forgot. I would never trade the UK if it was a card game. If I had $10 million to invest in property in the UK, or in anything in the UK, what would I spend it on? I don't know. I'm not saying there are no opportunities for growth in the UK, that's not true. In every country there are economies that are growing and simultaneously economies that are collapsing. On both edges of the spectrum, look at mining in Wales in the 20th century, or the military drone industry in Ukraine right now, which is booming, you know? But boom and bust does not sustain a nation. What sustains a nation, in my opinion, being somebody who is very ambitious and very unrelenting, is a fairly unregulated business environment, one where you can grow effortlessly, like forever basically, because you can cut through the noise of red tape, of regulations, of all of this stuff that is put in between you and your ambitions, because that's the topic of this video. Regulations, taxes, all sorts of nonsense that leads to nothing but stagnation in your growth, when your aim overall is to grow, right? I've seen so many people come to Dubai, true stories, with a simple business license, some excess cash, and then boom, coffee shop, or boom, textile factory, or anything like that. The opportunities are endless. And I'm not just talking about coming to Dubai and you're working on e-commerce and you have your income in e-commerce and you're one of the really successful people and that's it, or you're an influencer. People come to Dubai and they start real brick and mortar businesses as well, you know, or they have a coffee shop in the UK or in Europe or somewhere, and they'll come to the UAE. They'll have the money to set up a second branch, or even shut down their shop in the UK or in another country and reinvest that money in Dubai, for example. They've got their income, they can justify doing it, but they set up their business, they set up their free zone company, and they are simply able to justify having a business and operating it in a way where they pay no taxes on it. So no more Peckham gangs stealing your Rolexes, no more government suits stealing your Rolexes at customs either, no more regulations drowning your business's growth, you know, how it should be. Don't get punished for your ambition. Why don't we take this as an opportunity to really run things up? Is that not the ideal situation? Greener pastures and freedom at the same time, the best of both worlds. Have your cake and eat it.